Yes, sir.
It's nice to be returned to Tatooine again.
It's great. I missed it. We've been away for so long.
We lost.
I'm getting chills already.
So good.
Stay hidden.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a
That is some of the
trail.
best music ever made.
Mm-hmm.
The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Oh man. The Vader breath.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. And the
Man, they're
Disney-
getting really good with these Disney Plus logos.
that's incredible. Yeah, that one jumped out to me straight away. I was just like, wow, that's cool. So cool. What a trailer. My god. So you know the part where the Inquisitors standing face to face in the alleyway with the with the character who, you know, a lot of people are saying it might be Obi-Wan. I heard a cool theory that it could be Andor, because Andor is like Luke's, or sorry, not Luke. Obi-Wan is due to be in Andor's show, so it'd be like it would make sense for him to appear in Obi-Wan's show as well. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't fully know if that's Obi-Wan. Like, I think it's Obi-Wan on the rooftop, but I
On the
don't know if
rooftop,
it's
yeah.
Obi-Wan in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it looks like the same gun. Maybe he gives Obi-Wan a gun or something like that. I don't know. Something happens. But it feels like there should be another character that's an ally of Obi-Wan in this show that can actually, like, be a useful tool, like someone who can do something. So I don't know. I'm very curious who that's gonna be.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of Andor. I like the idea of it being Cad Bane. I like the idea of it potentially being Han Solo, which is a bit out there, obviously. But I think, you know, this TV show is a year after the movie Solo in the timeline. So Maul is still alive, and you know, he just shows his face at the end of Solo. So it would make a lot of sense for him to show up in this show, because it's like straight after. This is the next piece in the timeline. So yeah, oh man, I'd love like Cad Bane and Maul and oh Jesus, bro.
Like, Solo would be weird. Like, it'd be nice to see him, right? But like, he can't interact with Obi-Wan,
No,
so that's why I feel like there's no way they put Solo in this movie, because he can't interact with anybody.
Yeah, it'd be really strange.
true.
But yeah, Cal Kestis would be cool. I think the Andor take is pretty good. I think that might be it. Because, you know, there's got to be a reason he's on this planet. Like, he is on Dayak, which is a new planet, and there's no one that we know that would be there for any reason. So Obi-Wan's there for a reason, and maybe it has to do with, like, kind of the idea of the rebellion starting. But I really don't know the timeline of Andor, because he's such a brand new character in Rogue One and all that. Like, I don't know the timelines, because this would be what, like 10 years before Rogue One?
8, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would fit for sure if it was Andor, because they are coming out with an Andor TV series later on this year.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of bring him out, showcase him, get people ready for the next show.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I love the scene of him staring at Luke from afar. Like
Yeah.
I know in the comic books they had like him and his uncle had a big falling out, and like I can't wait to see that in real life or like in live action because
Yeah.
that's gonna be a huge scene, man. Like those two actors are both phenomenal, and I can't wait to see them going up against each other, like yelling at one another and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
for
Obi Wan's
sure.
not gonna be yelling, but
Yeah, like in the comic
So is
book,
it
in the comic books, Obi-Wan would go out into the Dune Sea with nothing but his fists, and he would fight like sand people and shit just to stay in shape and all. So I'd love to see
Oh,
that in
jeez.
live action. I'd love to see it. It'd be fantastic, especially after watching the Boba Fett show. Like I'd love to see like Obi-Wan just out like just fold and sand people. Like that'd be so cool, dude. So cool.
You find
And,
out that he actually had a gaffy stick too.
Yeah, he does. He does. There's in
Yeah.
the comics he does.
Oh,
He's
okay.
knocking people around with one of the gaffy sticks. Yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you, man. I know the entire internet seems to be kind of stun locked on the Grand Inquisitor. The more I see him, the less he looks bad, man. I don't know. I feel like everyone's a little too hung up on it. I know he doesn't look, like the species did back in the prequel series. But this is like a full on live action guy who has to like actually act and talk and be like an important part of the show.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't look that bad to me. I don't know.
I think just give him the yellow
Yeah.
eyes, and I think that just makes everybody happy. Like, because I know I saw a picture that was going around of the yellow eyes, and someone like kind of photoshopped his face to make it look a bit longer and skinnier. And obviously, yes, that looks fantastic. But the dude who's playing him doesn't look like that. So, do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
obviously wanted him to have free reign and be able to properly act with his face.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well,
The actor has a
Luckily-
fat head, bro. Like if you look at him,
Yeah,
he does.
he's got
Yeah.
a fat head, bro.
Yeah, he's got a big head. But I don't think
Yeah,
I've
he's
seen.
got-
He was in that Hitman movie, and he was in like Homeland and stuff like that. And he's not a big dude, so I don't know. Maybe he's a big dude now, but he didn't ever strike me before as having a giant head. But I don't know. Maybe they have a really bad ball cap on him or something like that, just to make his head look even bigger than it is. And I don't know.
Yeah, if he didn't shave his head, that's a mistake because he needs to shave that head to get it as skinny as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
I
can totally,
think- I
you
think
can
it
totally
might-
CG the eyes, and that'll just fix everything. If there's enough complaints, they're just going to CG the eyes. It'll take care of everything.
Well, it could do a thing as well where, because like I know in episode 3, there's parts of the movie where Anakin's yellow eyes come out. You know, like it's kind of when he gets charged up and he's like going slaying, his eyes will turn yellow, and then in the next scene when he calms down, they're not yellow. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain scenes where the Inquisitor does have the yellow eyes, like when he's slaying people and killing people and stuff, using the dark side, and then when he's not, the eyes turn off or chill out or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
And and it's one of the things like maybe that's the case, and like everyone needs just to calm down about it. Like everyone was so hung up on it, and I'm like, everyone, like we just got an Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer.
Yeah.
We're finally seeing Kenobi after all these years, in like once again in live action. Here he is. Ewan McGregor's playing him in like an older state. We've all wanted this forever, and everyone, like the entire internet, is just like can't get past the Grand Inquisitor, who. Like, how many people actually knew who the Grand Inquisitor was and watched Rebels? Not nearly as many that were complaining about it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. People, like, again, this is Star Wars, bro. It's the most toxic fan base out there, and everyone just loves to give out about anything. I don't know. I stupidly left a comment on something, a post that IGN put up, and I swear to God, I woke up the next morning to 120 notifications on my Twitter app. Like, I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, and went in, and it's just people fucking arguing back and forth about the sequels and stuff. Like, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I could not believe. I was like, I can't believe I left that comment there. Like, you know, people just went nuts about it. But that's just Star Wars, bro. Sure, look at Boba Fett. Like, you know, we got Cad Bane, and you know, watching that episode, I was like, wow, this is incredible. And yes, look, you know, when I saw people doing edits of it and giving them the bluer skin, it did look better. Of course, I thought it looked better. But again, this is people nitpicking at stuff. Like, you know, there was nothing wrong with that live action portrayal of Cad Bane. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But again, could it look better? Yeah, sure. Could the Grand Inquisitor look better? Yeah, he could.
Probably.
In
I wasn't a
stills,
fan of those
maybe in stills, yes, but maybe not in in actual movement and acting.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
it wouldn't look as good. So obviously, you know, these people are professionals. Like, they're doing it that way for a reason. So
Yeah.
you know, wait to see the finished product. before you
Well,
start
you've seen
throwing down.
You've seen the Count Dooku thing, right? Like that meme where they just like elongate his face and
Yeah.
squish it.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with like Cad Bane, the thing I didn't get is like everyone's like, yeah, if you make his face more blue, he looks so much better in like the cartoons. I'm like, then you'd have to do that for everybody, and like he looks good by himself. But what happens when he's in a scene with someone else? Like their armor is not that saturated. Like other people don't have that saturated look on their skin. Like that's just the way the show is. Like it's a slightly desaturated, light on it. Like it's just colored differently, and he's not going to look good against everyone else.
Facts.
These goobers.
Was the Cad Bane stuff stiff though? That was an actual person in a suit, right? Like they had like the full gear and everything.
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, because it looked really stiff. It's like when you see the older Batman movies, like you can totally tell the Batman suits were super stiff.
Oh yeah, like I was only watching the Keaton one the other day, and he's like looking like this. He's like has to turn his whole body to turn. Like his neck didn't move. Like his face was stuck. That shit was so funny, bro. I was howling laughing watching that last weekend. So funny.
Just someone making a joke about Batman. He's like, who's
Yeah,
said
yeah, it's such like. Shit's so funny, dude.
Hey, it's Hoppin from the Marvelous Chats. You guys just got done watching a clip from our podcast, the Marvelous Chats podcast, that we put out weekly here on YouTube. We put that thing out every Monday, and so if you want to watch the full podcast that this clip came from, make sure you click on the video you see on screen or down in the description below. You can go see that podcast and see everything else we talk about in that episode, because we talk about everything Marvel, we talk about everything DCU and Star Wars. If it's kind of in the nerdum, in the geekdom, we will talk about it, because that's what we are. We're just geeks and nerds enjoying that stuff, trying to talk about our thoughts about it here on YouTube. So if you are into that idea and you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscription button. If you subscribe, we're trying to get this thing above 100, and then we'll get one of those fancy custom URLs that people get for that. Nice. And also leave a like on that video so that you can let other people know that you enjoy the content, and YouTube will share it with people you know, or just anyone, because it's got a thumbs up. All right, that's gonna do it for the video. That's it for me shilling and trying to get you guys to do stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that clip. Glad you guys stopped in. All right, that's gonna do it. We'll see you guys on the next one.